Gorillaz. You've probably heard of them. And if you haven't heard of them, then you've probably heard their work. Maybe you know them for Madam! You know that, or the bath. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, they do that too. Or maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about and you think I've been saying stuff about apes for the last 10 seconds. Gorillaz, with a Z, is a band of cartoon characters. Story time. Damon Albarn from the British rock band Blur and Jamie Hewlett, illustrator famous for the Tank Girl comics, were living in a condo in the 90s, watching MTV music videos on their crappy 90s TV. Damon Albarn leans in, likely drunk and high. He says, yeah, they're like zombies, I say. And then Jamie Hewlett replied, good observation, Damon. Say, what if we were to create a band together, the members of which are entirely fictional cartoon characters that would serve as the logical extreme for today's seemingly manufactured pop stars? And Damon was like, yeah, alright. Then he got punched in the face by Jamie. Damon returns with a right hook. Just absolutely beating each other up for no reason. It was a brawl, let me tell you. But the morning after they both recovered, Gorillaz was born. And that was the title of their first album, by the way. Just the name of the band. Maybe they weren't sure if they were gonna get the chance to make more. I don't know. The band consists of 4 fictional members. Murdoch on bass, Russell on drums, Noodle on lead guitar, and 2D on vocals. None of these characters necessarily correspond 100% to any specific real-life person, but there is a fluctuating cast of musicians and different artists who work in Gorillaz. The only consistent member is Damon Albarn. He sings as 2D in every Gorillaz project, but this is the only album in their entire discography where he's singing in a voice that isn't just his normal singing voice. They were really trying to make it sound different, like he's a cartoon character. Speaking of the characters, despite not being real, they have a lot of really wacky lore and backstory, which I don't have the time or patience to talk about right now. If you are interested in that, however, I would recommend going to the Gorillaz fandom wiki. The people on there are really dedicated to documenting as much as they can about Gorillaz, and they have an entire page on the backstory. I would also recommend Gorillaz for Beginners, which is a website. It's a good resource too. That must be the package I ordered. Sort of a Christmas gift for myself. Package. Oh, you're, what? Made of yarn? I was gonna say you're wearing a hat. Oh. Right, so, say, what's that package you got there? That'll be a delivery of one window to this house. All right. As you probably know, windows are a hot commodity these days, so I'm gonna need you to sign your name on the dotted line here. Sign? It's for security reasons. Want to make sure it got to the buyer. I don't know my name. You don't know your own name? No, I do. I just forgot. You forgot. No, just hold on. Give me 1 second. Stunt Guy! Yes, sir. What is my name? I don't know. I've just been calling you sir. Aw, this is bad. Real bad. What am I going to tell the delivery man? And what does this mean for me? I could come by the next business day if that'd be convenient for you. No, that's just fine. I've lost it, but I can find it. You just stick right there and I'll be right back. The 2 main singles that were released for this album were Clint Eastwood and 192000. Now these songs are really, really good. I mean, there's a reason they're as popular as they are, but I don't think they do that good a job at representing the album as a whole. I just feel like there was probably a lot of people who listened to Clint Eastwood back in the day and then thought, oh, I'll get the album. It's gonna be 16 Clint Eastwoods, 16 bangers. But in reality, there's only probably 6 Clint Eastwoods on the whole thing. Upon listening, I was really surprised at how many of these songs are super reserved, focusing more on delivering a vibey, atmospheric experience rather than one that will blow your mind. I'm like, bro, look at all these songs. You got music videos. I'll accept that one. She made me kill myself. Plumber Toy? No. Cease and desist from Mojang? No. This just says Dav. You have an attic? Yes. You seem awfully worked up about this. Is this just about the package? Yes! The whole thing's really spooky. Feels like they're trying to make music that doesn't sound like it came from Earth. And I think that's perfect. Oh, and something else I should mention. Del, played by Del. He brings hip-hop to the album with very cool hip-hop verses. Though Dell only appears on 2 tracks, hip-hop really does seem to influence the project through and through. The production and beats throughout are very punchy and rhythmic, you know, like hip-hop. Thematically, I must say, there really isn't that much to this album, which is fine. They're working on building their sound. Speaking of sound, this album sounds nothing like any other Gorillaz album, really. You can kind of say that about all of their albums because they're constantly innovating, but I feel like the others are kind of on the same path. While there's a distinct old Gorillaz sound to this one that the others just don't have. Personally, I love it, but I just don't know how good of an introduction it is to Gorillaz as a whole. It reminds me of an identity crisis. I finally found it! My birth certificate! It says right here that my name is... Dav! What's a Dav? It's not a name, that's for sure. This was supposed to make me happy. You could go by David. You know what? You're right, stunt guy. I don't need to know everything about my life right now, because who I am today doesn't absolutely define who I'm going to be tomorrow. That's what you meant, right? Sure. Wait! Gorillaz! They didn't 100% know what they were doing at first. They were planning on doing a movie after their debut, and while that didn't happen, their legacy still remains unmatched to this day. It's okay to forget who you are sometimes. It's a process, you know? I mean, just look at Gorillaz. I don't think anyone could have predicted what they were going to do next. Alright, Mr. Mailman, I'm ready to sign. What? Where'd he go? He probably left to do the rest of his deliveries. You were gone for like 7 minutes. Now I'm gonna have to wait till the next business day. Well, there are other options.